How hard is it to write a sad love song when you're in love?
I'm in a happy place, but I can always remember because I never forget how sad I used to be, right? And that is why I'm here today. That's what made me me.
What was the motivation behind your first song?
The motivation behind my first song has to be emotions. I was this close to saying heartache, but I'm going to give a bunch of a lot of credit, and I'm not going to do that. But specifically the gift of being able to write through using my emotions. So happy, angry, sad, just whip up my notebook and...
How would you describe your approach to songwriting? Do you have a particular routine or ritual you follow?
My approach to songwriting is a beautiful mess. It's just a bunch of words, writing down. So I bring my book everywhere. I go and then I just write down, and then suddenly the rain is my best friend. All these melodies will come, and then I just, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, so I just put it together, and that's my approach.
How has your identity and ability as a singer-songwriter evolved over the years?
So my growth as a musician, I'm definitely much more stronger right now in terms of what I want, my vision. I think like when we all start as singer-songwriters or musicians, we're so scared of like what the society thinks and what everyone's going to say. Now I'm just like, whatever, it. Yeah.
Do you have any insecurities or fears that you've developed over the years?
Insecurities, a bunch of them. I was bullied for my height, for my skin color. So every time I get on stage, that's the first thing I think of, that people are just going to make fun of me or they're going to see me, which is why I close my eyes a lot. And I think that every time I do that, I remind myself of how strong and beautiful I am. So I fought it.
You were working as a teacher for kids with autism before transitioning full-time into music. What do you remember of those early days when you were starting out?
Being a teacher for kids with autism has been quite the journey. It's taught me a lot of patience, to be kind. And because I was transitioning into being a musician, so I was balancing like going to work at 8, coming back home at midnight. So it was really tiring, but endurance taught me a lot of endurance.
Your band MMLD released its debut EP last year. What lessons would you take away as a band member?
MMLD has taught me growth, has taught me that it was my first time having autonomy, to practice autonomy over things, right? Arranging stuff. And also communication. I think that is something. It was our first time for all of us to, do something like that. So that was quite the journey. We're still good friends and it's great.
You've collaborated with a variety of musicians over the years. What lessons or experiences have you gathered from those interactions?
Everyone's different, right? So some of them had, they were at their peak, and they're still at their peak of where is fandom, what's that? Stardom? Is that a word? Okay. So, and they've taught me how to be humble. Like no matter where you are, how far you go, to always remember to be very rooted to your grounds. And then there are other people that I swore to myself that I never want to work with. So that's that.
Matters of the Heart is related to love. What kinds of experiences and relationships were you inspired by?
The EP Matters of the Heart is actually currently the relationship that I'm in. I'm really happy, and I'm not even shy to say it, how happy I am to finally find someone that reminds me of what love feels like. So it's about that, and also about drawing stories, because I'm in a long distance relationship, so that is also quite hard. So all of this, coming together, it sort of does this to your heart, but also makes you feel happy at the same time.
The EP isn't attached to a particular sound or genre. How would you describe yourself as a singer-songwriter and the music you make?
Because I listen to so many different genres, it was hard narrowing down. Okay, but you can hear the similarities in. So if I were to name two people that I'm quite inspired by, then it's like Adele and Sam Smith, just like that. And then that's me.
What's your favorite lyric that you wrote in this new EP and why?
Wow. It's like asking me what my favorite food is. Okay, it's from the song Matters of the Heart that I just released. Unzipping you in my mind. Don't move, let me take a picture. Everything but you is disappearing like as if we're part of the rapture. What? So, yeah, that's one of my favorite.
What have you learned or discovered about love while writing and making this EP?
What I've discovered about love, that I think this is the first time I'm actually in love. That I've been in relationships before, but it's never felt this way. I'm 100% me. I don't have to try. I mean, of course you have to put in the effort, but it's beautiful. And of course, I used to blame love. I'd be like, love sucks, but love doesn't suck. It's the people, right? We've heard it, and it's beautiful. Yeah.
What is the most helpful advice you've received that continues to resonate today?
The most helpful advice I got is from a movie, Love Happens. And in the movie, he would say that happiness is a state of mind. And like 20 minutes later, he'll say fear is a state of mind. So it's being put in a cross junction. Okay, whether I'm at the cross junction or at the top of the building in the same area, you have different point of view. And it has helped me to approach things a lot better. So yeah.
What are your ambitions and goals as a musician?
My ambition and goals as a musician is to live very comfortably because of my music, for the world to hear my music, and to continue being able to have the creative power to write all my lyrics.